Chosen one, there is a reason you are hearing these words right now. This moment is not a coincidence, not a random click on the vast ocean of the internet. You have been guided here by a power far beyond your comprehension, a divine orchestration that has paved a path for you to stand at the doorstep of your billion-dollar blessing. Look around you. Look at the chapters of your life, the setbacks, the moments where you wondered if anyone saw your pain, if anyone heard your cries, those days of uncertainty, those stretches of darkness. They were never meant to break you. They were seeds, planted deep within the fertile soil of your destiny, waiting for the appointed hour to burst forth into unimaginable abundance. Feel the energy swirling in the air. Feel that faint hum in your spirit, the quiet electricity that something monumental is about to happen. Angels are on the move, delivering a blessing so grand that it surpasses what your logical mind once believed was possible. This is not just a fleeting hope or a motivational line in a video. This is the real, tangible shift you have been praying for. The time has come for you to step into your promised overflow and witness what it means to carry the mark of the Chosen One. But before we dive into this realm of transformation, I need you to do something that carries more spiritual weight than you may imagine. Pause for a moment. Hit that like button and subscribe if you have not yet done so. These aren't empty digital gestures. They are acts of faith, a way of anchoring yourself into the energy of this message. When you click like, you are saying, yes, I receive these words. When you subscribe, you are choosing to remain connected to this flow of divine revelation. And if your spirit resonates deeply, comment the number 777. That simple act is a declaration that you are prepared to open the greatest blessing you have ever known. It is your symbolic key, an affirmation that says, I believe, I trust, I stand ready. Now, Chosen One, let us travel deeper. For too long you may have been told that greatness is reserved for a tiny fraction of people, that only a select few ever get to experience the fullness of life. Perhaps you have been conditioned to think that wealth is a product of tireless human effort alone, that you must exhaust yourself day and night just to survive. Society often twists your perspective, convincing you that only certain individuals, those who inherited fortunes or were born into privilege, can taste financial prosperity. But that is not your story. You are not here to scrounge for crumbs or accept a life of lack. You are here to shatter limitations, to demonstrate what God can do in the life of someone who aligns with divine favor. Listen closely. Your billion-dollar blessing is not simply a monetary figure. It is a symbol of the immeasurable abundance set aside specifically for you. You are about to witness a flow that touches every part of your life. Yes, it can manifest in overflowing bank accounts, lucrative contracts, or life-altering opportunities, but it also translates to favor in your relationships, elevation in your health, expansion in your mind, and unstoppable momentum in your destiny. It is the total picture of abundance, designed by a God who delights in seeing you flourish. Pause for a second and consider who you are, a vessel chosen for greatness. If you look back on your journey, how many times have you faced obstacles that seemed insurmountable, yet you emerged on the other side stronger and wiser? How many times have you felt overlooked, only to realize later that divine timing was protecting you from circumstances that weren't meant for you? You carry a light that has guided you through some of the darkest nights. You have fought silent battles in your soul that nobody else witnessed. And in those private wars, your spirit was refined. Through these trials, your faith has grown and your resilience has turned into a formidable shield. Now, angels have been dispatched to deliver what your heart has long yearned for. We often picture angels as gentle figures who simply comfort us in times of despair. But let me tell you something, these angels are fierce guardians of your purpose, unwavering messengers who bring unstoppable breakthroughs. They carry the authority of heaven itself, and they march with a singular aim, to position you for the exact blessing that has been written with your name on it. They do not hesitate, they do not falter, they move with the unstoppable force of divine command. Picture them encircling your home, your workplace, your endeavors, preparing you for the season of sudden increase. Every resource, every person, every door that you need is aligning at this precise moment. The angelic realm is active, weaving a tapestry of events that align perfectly with God's plan to elevate you to a level of wealth and prosperity that defies human logic. Though you might not yet see the fullness with your natural eyes, your spirit knows a supernatural shift is underway. You can feel it in your bones, as if the entire universe is holding its breath in anticipation of the miracle about to unfold on your behalf. This is not just about material gain, though there is nothing wrong with embracing the tangible rewards that come with divine favor. Indeed, there will be checks with more zeros than you've ever seen, opportunities to invest in ventures that multiply beyond any forecast, creative ideas that spark brands and businesses capable of influencing the world. But deeper than that, your billion-dollar blessing signifies the liberation of your soul from the shackles of limitation. It means you are stepping into a life where you refuse to let fear dictate your choices, where you wake up every day with the confidence that your destiny is secure, where you no longer shrink back in the face of adversity because you know you are covered by a power far greater than any earthly system. Chosen one, let me be clear, stepping into this dimension of blessing requires a daring kind of faith. You cannot navigate new territory with the mindset of the past. The old you might have seen barriers everywhere. The old you might have believed that certain doors would never open. The old you might have feared that you'd never rise above mediocrity. But that old mindset has no place in this new era. Prepare to release the limiting beliefs, the toxic guilt or shame, the negative self-talk, and the echoing doubts that have plagued your dreams. The season has arrived for you to walk boldly, armed with the knowledge that you have been selected for something extraordinary. Repeat after me in your heart. I am chosen, I am wealthy, I am aligned with God's purpose. Let these words sink into your spirit. It is time to move beyond hoping and into knowing. You are not begging the universe for scraps. You are co-creating a future where blessings chase you down. The same power that parted seas, that healed the broken, that raised the dead, is available to you. Remember the story of David, overlooked by man yet chosen by God to become a king. Remember how Esther rose from obscurity to save her people, stepping into a royal position no one foresaw. That same realm of miraculous favor is accessible to you when you recognize who you truly are in the eyes of heaven. Your part is to remain steadfast, even when the world tries to distract you with negativity. When people attempt to sow seeds of doubt in your mind, stand firm in this truth. You are on the brink of receiving your biggest blessing to date. Often, the greatest attacks come when you are closest to your breakthrough. So do not be surprised if you encounter unexpected challenges right before your billion-dollar blessing arrives. The enemy tries to stir chaos as a last-ditch effort to knock you off course. But you, dear chosen one, are more anchored than you've ever been. The angels at your side are not novices. They are battle-tested warriors who carry divine instructions. Get you to your place of unstoppable overflow, no matter what. Now take another deep breath. Envision yourself standing in a wide open space. No ceilings, no walls, no barriers. In the distance, you see a golden light shining brighter than the sun. That light is your promise, your billion-dollar blessing that beckons you to step forward without hesitation. With each step you take, layers of old identity peel away. You shed the self-doubt that once kept you silent, You release the guilt that once made you believe you were unworthy of good things. You cast aside the fear that once bound you to scarcity. In this open expanse, there is only the pure brilliance of divine inheritance. People may ask, why you? Why do you deserve such favor, such prosperity? The answer is simple. Your life was never just about you. The seeds of abundance planted in your spirit are meant to germinate and blossom for the sake of others. Your journey to a billion-dollar blessing is not merely a personal victory. It is a testament to what happens when faith meets destiny. When the harvest pours in, you will be in a position to create more opportunities for others, to fund organizations that align with your purpose, to open doors for those who have been crying out for a helping hand. The mark of a true chosen one is not hoarding wealth, but channeling it to uplift the world around you. Let us not forget that calling forth abundance is a spiritual practice. When you speak words of affirmation, I am abundantly blessed, I am chosen for greatness, I walk in divine favor, you vibrate at the frequency of creation. Words were, after all, the instrument of creation from the beginning. Do not underestimate the power of your tongue in birthing this blessing into reality. Command the angels to move on your behalf. Declare that wealth finds you in every corner of the earth. Remember, you are not commanding from a place of arrogance. You are declaring from a place of divine identity. You are simply reclaiming what has always been marked as yours. I can sense your spirit expanding even now. All that tension and worry is starting to melt away as you realize you have permission to succeed beyond your wildest imagination. You have heaven's approval to outgrow the confines of your past. You have the authority to step into boardrooms, negotiations, and creative rooms with a confidence that baffles the world. No longer will you bow to the fear of lack or the dread of rejection. You were not created to live a timid life. You were forged in the fires of purpose to shine as an example of a life transformed by unwavering faith. As you stand on the threshold of this new season, get ready for miracles to become your new normal. Time and time again, your phone may ring out of the blue with deals that are too good to be coincidences. People you once admired from a distance may suddenly want to partner with you. You will walk into rooms you never imagined you could enter, and the spirit of favor will speak louder than any resume or credential. This is how the angels pave the way, effortlessly turning impossible situations into stepping stones that propel you higher. But let us be real, stepping into a billion-dollar blessing also comes with new responsibilities. You will have to guard your heart against pride. Stay humble, remembering where you came from and the trials that shaped your character. Remember that everything you receive is a gift from above, an invitation to steward blessings in a way that honors the divine source. The angels stand as both deliverers and watchmen, ensuring your spirit remains aligned as you ascend. They are not just here to grant favor, they are here to ensure that favor does not corrupt the purity of your calling. In this sacred moment, let us affirm once again that you are a chosen one on the brink of unfolding a testament to God's limitless resources. There is a wave of glory sweeping over your life, turning sorrow into laughter, fear into boldness, and lack into a surplus. And as you embrace this wave, your eyes will open to signs and wonders that confirm every word spoken over you. Dreams will become clearer, visions will become sharper, and your intuition will guide you through uncharted territory without fear. Take note, some people around you may not understand what is happening. They may think you have become too confident or accuse you of being unrealistic. They might doubt or question why your circumstances are suddenly changing so rapidly. That is all right. Not everyone is meant to accompany you on every leg of the journey. Pray for them, bless them, but do not shrink yourself to make them comfortable. The path to your billion-dollar blessing is not a group project. It is a personal covenant between you and the Almighty. Those who are meant to walk with you will celebrate this shift in your life. Those who question or ridicule are revealing that their own hearts are not ready to witness your elevation. Yes, it is indeed an elevation. You are being lifted above the noise, placed in a position where your voice carries weight and your actions influence outcomes. No longer will you stand on the sidelines of destiny, wondering if you can ever catch a break. The angels have delivered the break. Your job is to seize it. No more questioning your worthiness. No more hesitating when opportunities knock. There comes a time when you must simply say, "This is my moment, and I will not let it pass by." Pause again and inhale a deep breath. Exhale slowly, letting your heart settle in this truth. You are already wealthy in spirit. You are already crowned in favor. You are already embraced by a God who is relentless in his desire to see you thrive. And as your spirit aligns with these realities, the physical world will rearrange itself to mirror the state of your faith. Yes, you are that powerful. Yes, you can shift the atmosphere around you. Yes, you have the authority to claim what has been set aside for you. From the foundation of time, when these blessings manifest, and trust me, they will, do not forget to share the good news. Testify about it, not to boast, but to encourage others who might be standing where you once stood. Tell them about the God who makes a way in the wilderness, who sends angels to deliver solutions that baffle the wisest experts. Show them what unwavering faith can accomplish when it is met with divine providence. Let your life be living proof that when God says, "I will do a new thing," he truly means it. Do you feel that stirring again? It is the same surge of anticipation you felt a few moments ago. We have circled back to that sense of electricity in the atmosphere. The angels are signaling that this is not just a motivational talk. It is a living, breathing word meant to transform your current state. If you are ready to step through this door, I ask you one more time, show your faith in a small but potent gesture. Hit the like button if you haven't, subscribe if your heart is resonating with what you hear, and type 777 in the comments. These actions are symbolic in nature, tiny seeds of faith that can unlock unimaginable harvest. Chosen one, the billions you seek are closer than you dare to imagine. The angels carrying them are not delayed, not confused, and definitely not reluctant. They are marching with purpose, unstoppable in their mission to place in your hands the resources you need to fulfill the grand blueprint over your life. Let every fiber of your being understand. You are on the cusp of a breakthrough so enormous, so game-changing, that your past struggles will fade into mere memory. You will look back at the nights you cried out for help and see how each tear watered the ground for the blessings now sprouting at your feet. The clock is ticking on your old season, winding down each second until the dawn of a new day. There is no turning back now, no retreat from this metamorphosis. Heaven is sending an outpouring, and your only job is to remain open. Doubt and disbelief act like umbrellas in the middle of a downpour, preventing the rain from saturating the soil. Let your faith be the open field, ready to absorb every drop of favor. Dare to believe that you have been chosen, not because of your perfection, but because of God's unending grace. Dare to walk forward like you belong in this realm of extraordinary wealth, because you do. In the hush of your private moments, you may feel an urge to thank God for blessings not yet visible in the physical realm. Do it. That is a powerful demonstration of faith. That is you telling the universe that you trust the process, that you are so convinced of your inheritance that you're already celebrating it. Gratitude has a magnetic pull, drawing in the blessings faster than any anxiety or worry can push them away. Let every breath be an act of gratitude, an ongoing prayer that says, "I see it already. I receive it already. I celebrate it already." If you sense fear attempting to creep in, remind yourself, fear is a liar, a false illusion that tries to keep you bound to smaller dreams. Fear only has the power you give it. The moment you declare, "I refuse to let fear dictate my destiny," the chains begin to break. The angels are armed and ready to smash every barrier that fear tries to erect. Stand tall, speak boldly, and take action from a place of conviction. The forces of heaven respond to conviction, not timidity. Yes, the process may still require patience. Sometimes the biggest blessings take a moment to crystallize in our physical world, but make no mistake, the angels do not fail. They may need to navigate obstacles in the spiritual domain, push back against forces that want to stall your breakthrough, but ultimately they triumph. They do not lay down their swords until the mission is complete. So if you find yourself in a moment of waiting, do not doubt. Keep your heart fixed on the promise. The difference between those who manifest abundance and those who don't is often the willingness to believe through the waiting season. Let me encourage you. You are not the first to walk this path, and you certainly will not be the last. Legends, icons, and heroes throughout history have each had an anointing that defied the norms of their generation. They too felt an inexplicable pull toward a destiny that sounded impossible to the average mind. They faced ridicule, opposition, and adversity, but emerged victorious because they clung to the sense of calling burning in their souls. You carry that same fire, that same unstoppable drive, because you too are destined to leave a mark on this world that outlives you. Now, as we stand in this sacred space where faith meets manifestation, I urge you to set aside the last remnants of hesitation. Let go of the doubts that whimper in the corners of your mind, telling you you're not good enough or that this is too good to be true. Replace every lie with a blazing truth. You are the chosen one. You are here on purpose. Your angels are on the move. There is nothing that can stand in the way of a promise whose time has come. And your time, dear soul, is undeniably now. Can you sense the shift happening in your spirit, in your body, even in the air you breathe? That is the evidence of heaven aligning with your earthly reality. There is no distance too great, no fortress too fortified, no ocean too wide to keep your blessings at bay. Every resource you need is converging. Every opportunity is reorganizing itself to make its way to your doorstep. All because you dared to believe. And when a chosen one dares to believe, heaven and earth move to accommodate. I invite you to take one final symbolic step of faith right here, right now. Close your eyes for a moment. See yourself receiving that phone call, that email, that message that changes everything. Watch yourself logging into an account and seeing figures that once felt like fantasy. Feel the weight of financial burdens lift off your shoulders like a heavy cloak falling to the ground. Sense the peace, the relief, the surge of hope coursing through your veins. You are not daydreaming, you are rehearsing for the reality that is on its way. When you can see it within, it is only a matter of time before it appears without. And so we arrive at a culminating moment. The angels stand poised, blessings in hand, waiting for your signal. This is the intersection of faith and fulfillment, the juncture where your yes aligns with God's now. With a heart overflowing with expectancy, speak it aloud. I am ready. I am chosen. I receive my billion-dollar blessing. Let the walls of your home echo with these words. Let your soul delight in this truth, because the moment you say it and mean it, everything changes. Remember to like this video, subscribe if you have not, and drop that 777 in the comments as a resounding statement of belief. You have no idea how many people might read your comment and feel inspired to believe for themselves. Your faith could spark someone else's miracle. Yes, that's the power of a single act of faith unleashed into a collective consciousness. When we unite in declaring these truths, we form a chorus of faith that drowns out the noise of doubt. Chosen one, do not hold back any longer. Do not settle for a fraction of what is promised to you. Embrace the fullness, run toward the light of your destiny, and watch as the angels complete the mission they were destined for. Your tomorrow does not have to mirror your yesterday. Your future is bright, unstoppable, and laden with treasures beyond your wildest imagination. This is your moment. This is your clarion call. This is your billion-dollar blessing. Open it now. And when you do, may your testimony ring out. May your heart overflow with gratitude, and may your spirit soar to places no fear can ever touch again, because you are chosen, and nothing, absolutely nothing, will ever be the same. Angels encircle you, these fierce and gentle messengers of light. At times they stand silent, letting their presence do the talking. At times they stir the waters of your spirit, reminding you that your inheritance calls you by name. They do not pester, they do not force your hand. Instead, they gently usher you toward your breakthrough with divine patience. Some carry scrolls inscribed with the blueprint of your future. Others bear symbols of victory. Golden trumpets, silvery swords, crowns of shimmering glory, emblems of triumph that have awaited your arrival. All of them, in perfect harmony, testify to one truth. You have been chosen for a destiny that transcends ordinary living. Reflect on this. Many who came before you allowed fear to stifle their calling. They glimpsed the possibility of supernatural increase, but doubted their ability to receive it. They let the noise of skeptics drown out the whisper of angels. But that will not be your story. In you lives a boldness that heaven itself celebrates. You stand in rare company, the kind of souls who do not let life's storms define them, but who define the storm by the brightness of their faith. People might have dismissed you, overlooked you, or even ridiculed the magnitude of your dreams. Yet here you are, on the cusp of a transformation so profound that even the cynics will pause in awe. Remember King David? He was the youngest son, a shepherd boy deemed unremarkable by his own family. Yet God bypassed every elder brother, every outwardly impressive candidate, and chose him to carry the scepter of Israel. David wasn't perfect, he had missteps and flaws, but his heart was poised to trust in the divine above all else. Likewise, you too may have faltered or doubted along your path, but your heart posture sets you apart. You're not here pretending to have it all together. You're simply standing on a promise bigger than yourself, and that, dear soul, is the sweet spot where angelic power and human faith collide, sparking miracles beyond measure. Observe how your mindset has already begun to shift. You no longer worry about trivial setbacks or petty criticisms. The concerns that once loomed large, bills, conflicts, uncertainties, pale in comparison to this horizon of abundance laid out before you. It's not that practical matters vanish, rather they shrink in the towering presence of your calling. You see them for what they are, stepping stones and not tombstones, opportunities to refine your faith rather than barriers to your future. When the bank account dips or unexpected news arrives, you greet it with a steady heart, aware that your billion-dollar blessing is more than a figure. It's an entire realm of unlimited provision. This is precisely why you must prepare internally. A new dimension of blessings requires a new dimension of capacity. Like a vessel being expanded so it can hold more, your spirit must stretch to accommodate what the angels bring. You might feel a sense of urgency to reorganize aspects of your life, clearing out emotional clutter, embracing discipline, refining your inner circle. Don't dismiss these nudges as random whims. They're heaven's way of making room for overflow. Imagine trying to pour gallons of water into a cup designed for just a few ounces. The water would spill over, wasted. But when you enlarge your capacity through prayer, devotion, and a willingness to evolve, you become like a reservoir, fully able to contain and redistribute the flow of abundance. Pause for a heartbeat and whisper words of gratitude for who you are becoming. You are transforming into a luminous force, capable of sparking hope in the darkest places. Never underestimate how your own alignment impacts the collective. When one soul recognizes its divine inheritance and refuses to settle for mediocrity, it creates a ripple effect that can inspire an entire community, sometimes even shift entire generation. You have no idea how many eyes are on you, quietly noting your courage, waiting to see if your faith truly holds water. Let them watch as heaven's promise unfolds. Let them witness what it looks like when an ordinary individual takes God at his word and steps into the extraordinary. You might be tempted to rationalize, to ask, can this really happen for me? Aren't there others more qualified, more anointed, more charismatic? But remember, God has a history of choosing the most unlikely candidates to fulfill the loftiest missions. Moses, tongue-tied and hesitant, led a nation to freedom. Gideon, fearful and hiding, became a mighty warrior who routed entire armies. Mary, a humble young woman, carried the greatest gift the world has ever known. And you? You might feel unprepared or overshadowed by those around you, yet something in your soul will not let you walk away from this calling. That something is your spiritual DNA, the imprint of divine favor that cannot be erased. Consider the force of unstoppable momentum that takes over when your faith and God's plan align. Doors burst open that logic says should remain shut. Connections materialize that your resume could never secure. Financial blessings track you down like they have GPS, heading straight for the address of your obedience. People you've never met suddenly feel compelled to partner with or invest in you. Chance encounters turn into destiny appointments. What the world calls coincidence, you recognize as divine orchestration. Everything from timing to location converges like a masterful symphony, each note resonating at the frequency of, yes, it's finally happening. Your posture in this season is critical. Keep your head high, but your heart humble. The angels do not favor the proud, nor do they exalt the self-centered. They rally around those who carry humility in one hand and conviction in the other. When you find yourself in that new office or on that grand stage, or signing that unimaginable contract, remember who set your feet on this path. Let your testimony be a reflection of grace. This is a key to sustained favor. We've all heard stories of meteoric rises followed by swift collapses, often because the foundation was built on ego rather than reverence. That will not be your story if you remain anchored in the truth of who truly authored your journey. As for the naysayers, those who mock, doubt, or even curse your forward motion, let them be. They cannot halt what God has decreed, and your energy is far too precious to be squandered on arguments. Each second you spend trying to prove your legitimacy to those who refuse to see is a second you could spend deepening your faith or strategizing your next move. Instead of engaging in useless debates, funnel that passion into creativity, collaboration, and unstoppable faith. There's nothing more disarming to negativity than a soul so consumed with divine purpose it has no time or space for lesser vibrations. Keep a vigilant eye on the small miracles that will begin manifesting like morning dew. Perhaps someone unexpectedly pays a debt you thought you'd carry longer. Maybe a stranger's compliment or a random gift arrives just when your spirit starts to waver. You might receive an email confirming the very opportunity you'd been praying about for months. These are the footprints of angels, evidence that the supernatural is creeping into your daily existence. Let every little blessing fan the flames of your belief. For the grand cascade is only moments away when you remain faithful in celebrating the smaller downpours. At some point, you'll look around and realize your environment no longer fits the older version of yourself. The routines, the places, even some relationships might feel misaligned. Do not lament these adjustments. They're proof of growth. The caterpillar doesn't mourn the cocoon it breaks free from. Similarly, you are not losing your past. You are simply outgrowing limitations that once held you captive. It's not that you have become too good for your surroundings. It's that your atmosphere must match your heavenly design. Like an eagle that soars where chickens cannot reach, you must be willing to ascend beyond familiar yet confining spaces. Trust the process of elevation, for the angels never lift you higher without ensuring you can breathe at that new altitude. Your words too will start carrying new weight. Spoken blessings, declarations and prayers emanating from your lips will feel supercharged. People might remark they sense a tangible shift in the room when you speak. This is not vanity. This is the authority heaven bestows upon a chosen one. Use this power responsibly. Let your words heal rather than wound, create rather than demolish. Remember that angels heed the voice of God's word. Psalm 103:20. When your speech aligns with divine truth, it's as if you issue a clarion call that dispatches these angelic hosts to accomplish what you've declared in faith. In moments of vulnerability, and yes, they may still arise, do not forget the countless signs that have led you here. Recollect the breakthroughs and miracles you've already witnessed. Remind your soul that if God was faithful then, He will be faithful now. Whisper that the same angels who guided you through the storm are more than capable of leading you into the land of overflow. Sometimes, a simple glance back at your journals or a memory of a prayer answered is all it takes to reignite the blazing certainty that your billion-dollar blessing is well on its way. Let's circle back to that number, billion, which can feel so daunting. Reflect on how easy it is for the creator of oceans, galaxies, and the entire cosmos to shift material resources your way. For the divine, a billion is just a concept, just another measure of matter in a universe teeming with possibility. Think of the God who provided manna in the wilderness, multiplied loaves and fish, and parted seas without breaking a sweat. What is $1 billion in the face of the one who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills? The angels simply carry out these provisions, bridging the gap between the supernatural storehouse and your real-life hands. Every time that figure intimidates you, remember whose power undergirds it. A powerful exercise is to envision how you'll distribute blessings once they manifest. Who will you uplift? Which causes will benefit from your generosity? Which dreams will you finally give wings to? By picturing the ripple effects of your abundance, you align your heart with heaven's altruistic nature. This is how you deepen the roots of your harvest, ensuring it lasts. Wealth anchored in service stands firm. Wealth anchored in greed often withers. The angels, who watch your motives with heavenly discernment, respond eagerly to hearts that desire to pay forward what they receive. In their eyes, a philanthropic soul is a channel, not a dead end. If cynics approach you snickering about fantasy riches, gently bless them. Wish for them the same sense of wonder and possibility that has colored your vision. You don't have to argue or defend your spiritual reality. Truth shines brightest through demonstration, not explanation. Soon enough, your transformed life will become the undeniable evidence that something miraculous happened. Your success, your joy, and your open-handed living will speak more loudly than any rebuttal you could craft. The angels want you to remain untangled from the webs of negativity. They are not merely delivering wealth. They are delivering a calling that demands you stand above petty entanglements. In the quiet intervals after you've prayed and declared and believed, let peace wash over you, the kind of peace that passes all understanding, the peace that stands guard over your heart and mind. It's that serene confidence that draws the angels even closer. Stress or desperation can cloud your vision, making it harder to perceive the subtle shifts of divine guidance. But peace is an invitation. a wide-open door for the supernatural to stride right in. Each time your mind wanders into anxiety, gently pull it back to a place of trust. Breathe, affirm that heaven orchestrates your path, and watch as you realign with the frequency of grace. Sometimes the largest leaps of faith are followed by a curious stillness. Resist the urge to label that stillness as a denial. In nature, seeds remain hidden in the soil before sprouting. Within the womb, new life forms quietly before revealing itself to the world. The angels may be finalizing details out of view, ensuring every last piece is in position before unveiling your answered prayer. If you find yourself in that hush, use it to fortify your resolve. New angels may keep speaking life, keep sowing kindness, keep feeding your faith with uplifting truths. That silent stretch is often the final stage right before the curtain lifts on your new reality. Be mindful of who you allow into your intimate space during this transitional period. While you must remain loving to all, you can be discerning about who gets to speak into your vision. Seek out mentors, friends, and spiritual companions who encourage, who see greatness in you, who pray with you rather than sow doubt. Sometimes angels also operate through people, nudging them to offer timely insights or open certain doors. Be present enough to recognize those divine helpers, to appreciate their role in your journey. And just as you receive, be equally ready to give kind words, resources, or a listening ear. A heart that reciprocates generosity keeps the channels of blessing wide open.